Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Adam Bergman's Money Makers, where we talk everything personal finance, and hopefully we can walk down the road together of financial freedom and quite possibly generational wealth, not just for us, but our family, because that's truly the reason why we do all of this. Today, I want to talk about Palantir, ticker symbol PLTR. Palantir had an amazing Apollo demo where they explained what Apollo does. In this video, I will give you a quick recap about Apollo because a lot of people asked me to do that. I want to compare all three Seeking Alpha articles, and I did not read them yet. I just want to compare them because it's interesting that there's three articles about Palantir. I want to see what they're saying about them. And then I want to give you some thoughts going into earnings, which is going to be May 9th. If you find any value in these type of topics, please stick around and give me the likes, give me the shares, and please give me the subscribe to help the almighty YouTube algorithm. We are currently at 425 subscribers. We're doing a great, and this has only been 1 month. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. First up, let's talk about Apollo and explain exactly what it is. You as a data engineer, a software engineer, somebody that makes programs, you have to adapt that program little by little in order for it to plug into a lot of different various enterprises or a lot of different various platforms. I'm going to use the cloud platforms to make your life very, very simple so you guys can paint a little picture. There are several clouds. Let's just talk about Google Cloud, Microsoft Cloud, IBM Cloud, and Amazon Cloud. 4 clouds. So now if you're a data engineer, you make your software, you have to adjust it for Amazon, Google, IBM, and Amazon. It takes a lot of time and effort from your end as a developer. And because it takes so much time and effort, you might not do it for all the different platforms, and you might just work with one specific platform. Well, that's fine, but that means your TAM, total addressable market, is a quarter of the full total addressable market, right? Because you're only working with 1 out of the 4, which means you have 25% left. Well, what Apollo does is it allows you as a software engineer to put it into Apollo, and then Apollo can plug and play into every different platform, every different enterprise. And that's what it is. It's a plug and play system. Imagine Legos. When you were playing with Legos, remember you can build Legos in your specific model, right? So you buy a Lego, a starship, you can build a starship. You buy another Lego, you can build a car. You buy another Lego, you can build a house. Now you're able to cross the Legos from the car to the spaceship to the house. And now you can do something completely different than you can build individually from those Lego boxes. That's what I equate Apollo to in a very simplistic term. There was somebody on Twitter that said, explain to me Apollo like I'm 5 years old. Well, challenge accepted and challenge completed. I could go into this for days and explain it, but I think that's a great synapse. If you're still here, let's get right into these articles. All right, when you type in Palantir, first article from Seeking Alpha, Palantir, buy the drop before everyone else does. Second one, Palantir, brace for impact. And third one, Palantir, new market environment, old problems. I'm gonna go from the oldest one to the newest one. This one's 2 days ago. Guys, I pay a lot of money for a lot of subscriptions, so you don't have to. I do pay for a subscription to Seeking Alpha. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of your support. Palantir, new market environment, old problems. In this article, I addressed what has changed for Palantir's growth perspective since my last bearish article in early November 2021. So this is a Palantir bear. What's this guy's name? Daniel. Looking at a new corporate data, I updated my thesis. Palantir still has the same problems as before, only now it is focused to operate in a tougher market environment. The only way Palantir can retain its employees is to continue giving them stock options and dilute future earnings per share figures. My update relative valuation model says Palantir's overvaluation is about 34%. The reason Palantir lags well behind the defense giants and the defense industry as a whole, I wouldn't buy Palantir at current levels. This guy is an absolute clown, if you ask me. Like, just by reading the highlights, this is an absolute joke. Stock-based compensation, the main point of the stock-based compensation, most of it, the lion's share, was to CEOs, for Alex Karp and other C-level executives. And for the most part, the stock-based compensation for the actual engineers is necessary. Why? If you're an engineer, top engineer, what's your first pick? Right now, I'm talking to you. You're an engineer. You just graduated and you're the top 1% of 1%. Where are you going to go work? probably something in your mind is going to say Microsoft or Tesla, maybe an Amazon or Google, something like that, right? Nobody is saying, I want to work at Palantir because that is the funnest, best company there is. Nobody's going to say that. Palantir is a huge company, but they're not absolute behemoths like the companies that I just mentioned. And Alex Karp always says, we're not going against the 99%. We're going at the top 1% of 1% of talent. And in order to entice them to come and work for your company, you need to give them something different that most other people are not, or compete with those other people. Now, if you give them stock-based compensation, they now have an incentive to work for your company. That incentive that the company is growing, in my personal opinion and my personal experience, is the best way to keep an employee motivated, not to flip-flop from different companies. Yes, you might sign a contract that says that they have to stay for a year. However, when that year is done, they out. With the stock-based compensation, you work hard to build the actual company from the inside out, not from the outside in. And with the more stock-based compensation, the better the company gets, the more money you make because you're compensated in stocks. So it is in your best interest as the engineer to stay for a longer period of time, put more effort into the company, because as the stock grows, your personal net worth grows as well. And I could give you an example for all the haters that are going to say I'm wrong. Look at Elon Musk. He is paid in stock-based compensation. He is literally the richest man because of this system. Now, you think Elon Musk would work so hard for Tesla if he didn't get stock-based compensation? He has, roadmap. If you do X amount, then you're going to get this much. If you do this much, you're going to get this much. And that's how he's paid, stock-based compensation. And that's why he works his ass off and doesn't take vacations living in some little trailer like a hobo, because he gets stock-based compensation. It's his best interest to grow the company. So that's this first article. I don't have time to read all the articles fully. I don't agree with it. Palantir brace for impact. Summary. Palantir will be reporting its Q1 financial earnings of 2022 results on May 9th. This guy must be listening to my show. Thank you so much for being a subscriber. The company is likely to post muted results for its government segment. Investors should pay attention to Palantir's customer count, its remaining deal value, segment financials, and management's outlook for Q2. Its total revenue for Q1 should come in around $445 million. So I agree with the key points or the summary of this article. We are bracing. It is interesting to see what's going to happen with the government segment, and if any contracts can be on paper, if we can show any contracts from this geopolitical uncertainty right now with the invasion of Ukraine from Russia. It's going to be very interesting to see if we picked up any international government contracts or some additional U.S. government contracts. Now, I did see a couple of U.S. government contracts. Approximately 20 million came in April. However, that would not reflect in Q1 earnings. So I didn't go over all the contracts. I'm hoping that we will get more contracts or increase the net from every single client that we have already. So there's two ways to increase, right? There's increasing of, I have 10 clients, now I'm going to have 11 clients, 12 clients, 13 contracts, whatever, clients, contracts, all from the government. Or there's internally growing. So right now we have a net, I believe, 141 for government contracts, which means that we made 141 means 1 is the normal, right? And 41 is 41% more from every single government contract, which means if there's a government contract for 10 million, for example, they increase the government contract to 14.1 million, right? So that's the 141% on top of that 100%. So there's a couple of ways of growing it, and we did very good on the last earnings showing that we grew 141% or 41% on top of the 100. Investors should pay attention to Palantir's customer count, its remaining deal value, segment financial. So I remember the last deal value that they had was around $3 billion, I think 2.8 if I'm not mistaken. So the deal value was very good. However, it did not increase significantly in the last quarter. I agree with this article. I agree with everything that this person said so far. And in total revenue for Q1 should come in around $441 million. Remember, 2 quarters ago, not the last quarter, which was positive around 400 million, but 1 year, I'm sorry, not 2 quarters ago, but 1 year ago, they were negative $400 million. Now they're positive $400 million. And now they're saying that they're going to come in around $445 million. So this Russian invasion happened in March, which still is Q1 of 2022. It's going to be very interesting to see if we can get some residuals from there. However, as you've been watching my channel, I did say that in Q3, Q4, and possibly Q1 of 2023 is really when I see all of this extra money coming, not only from international government contracts, but also international commercial contracts and an increase in national government contracts, all because of the geopolitical situation that's happening right now in Europe, with increased spending from NATO, increased spending from the European Union, and increased spending from the United States, not just domestically, but also abroad. I believe Biden is proposing a new plan to support Ukraine. And the final article says, Palantir, buy the drop before everyone else does. Okay, let's see. So I think we have a negative article, we have a neutral article, and now we're going to have a positive article, which is interesting to me. This is written by Viktor Derganov. So Viktor is definitely of Eastern European descent, somewhere from the ex-Soviet bloc, or his family is. Just put that in context, whatever that means. Palantir, buy the drop before everyone else does. Summary. Palantir is down almost 80% from its all-time highs in early 2021. This is correct. However, the company continues to illustrate remarkable growth and has enormous profitability potential. I knew I liked Viktor. Viktor's a good guy, definitely a good guy. But I agree with what he just said. Additionally, the Russian cyber threat is real and Palantir could experience higher demand as the conflict continues. The reason why I said that he's Russian is because if you have a bull case scenario, it is almost for sure that you will be talking about the geopolitical tensions right now that's happening in Russia in one way or the other. Because this is going to bring in a lot of money, period, for defense, both physical defense and data defense, or cyber defense, security, so on and so forth. And I'm not saying that Palantir is going to get all the money, but I am saying that they will get a nice chunk that gets funneled in to Palantir, both domestically and internationally, not just government, but commercial as well. Palantir should continue growing revenues and EPS, and its stock price could head much higher from here. So in this video, we covered what Apollo is. We gave a bear case scenario, a neutral scenario, and a bullish scenario, all from the same publications we call Seeking Alpha. I hope you like this morning edition of Palantir. Thank you so much, and don't forget the likes, the shares, and the subscribe, even though I feel like 90% are not watching at this particular point in time. But if you are watching, write the word yellow in the comments so I know people are actually watching. Maybe I'll even do a giveaway and I'll hashtag yellow in the comments down below, or actually hashtag Adam Bergman's Moneymakers. And I will be doing a giveaway in my next Palantir video where I will send somebody let's say $100 worth of Bitcoin to the winner. I will pick a winner live in my next Palantir video. I do it a lot for my crypto channel, The Adam Bergman Show. I've never done it on this channel yet, but yeah, let's do a $100 Bitcoin giveaway for the person that did hashtag Adam Bergman's Moneymakers in the comments down below. Let's see if anybody's paying attention. Thank you. Have a great Friday and have an even better weekend and a better god dang Monday and a great week. Thank you. Have a great day.